I've always wanted the Buzztastic Hub title. This colorful title was given only to the most talented people on the Hive server. I thought of many ways I can win this title, but then I got an idea. This is Miniondud.
Hi!
He created this cardboard ender lotto that got him featured on the Buzz. I've been wanting to do another cardboard project for a while, so I came to the conclusion, I'm building a spaceship. Before I started, I had to go out and get myself some supplies. I got some cardboard, this hobby knife, this very legal glue that I'm questioning if it even is legal, and some masking tape because I love masking tape. When I got home, I made a quick model of the spaceship using Blockbench. Then afterwards, I drew a quick blueprint of the spaceship. Then the next day, I got to work on my spaceship. I started off with the thrusters of the ship, then I moved on to working on the small and large base of the ship. I glued the thrusters to the large base of the ship, then I drilled some holes on the bottom of the small base to connect the remote control car to the mount. I'm not gonna glue the small base and large base together though, but I am gonna use magnets to connect the bases to each other. You'll see why. I then worked on the main wings and tail wings, then I worked on the seat and glued them to the mount. I made the mini mailbot monitor for the front, then I added the antenna of the ship, which kinda looks bad, but don't worry, when we add paint, hopefully it looks better. I then had to wait for the magnets to arrive to apply them to the bottom to connect the two sections of the ship, and that's the cardboard mount done. Now we just have to do the hard part, painting it. I began with priming it with a titanium white paint, but the more that I think about it, I was just giving it a white watercolor type thing. I wasn't really priming it. I then began with the colored paints. I decided to start painting with the yellow tone, because I didn't have that much time to spare at the moment, and yellow seemed like the color that had the least pixels on the ship. FYI, I didn't really like the shade of yellow I used, but I didn't want to mess it up more like I did last time, so I just kept it that way. I then went with the color tone I'd like to call tech blue. Basically like blue, but we use it for the techie parts, like the thrusters and mailbox computer screen. Which now that I think about it, that's the tone with the least amount of pixels on the mount. After I did the light blue tone, I did the gray tone, which was relatively easy and very satisfying with the masking tape wheels. Now we're moving on to the main blue color, which technically it's light blue, but it's a bit of a darker tone compared to tech blue. But once I finished, I was pretty satisfied. I then did the wings and seat, and to be honest, it looks really sick. Once I finished the blue parts of the ship, I moved on to the final color tone of paint, the white paint. I may have primed the ship with white, but I haven't really put that official coat of white paint on there. So that's what we're doing. The mid-tone is way darker than it's supposed to be, and the dark tone was so close to the gray tone that I had to lighten it a bit. I wanted to fix it more, but I didn't want to mess up, so I just finished it all up. And to be real with you, it doesn't look that bad. I let it dry for a few days and coated the entire ship with this clear spray paint to protect it from anything that can harm the paint. And that's it. I did it. But you know, I think we're missing something. No way. I actually did it! I want to thank everyone for their supportive messages throughout this project, and this journey was a great experience. I got to befriend so much new people, a lot of popular names followed me and supported my work, and honestly, I wouldn't have changed a bit.